Nigga kill over a bitch, but let a rat keep his wife.
Hey, Rocky Bad, bring your ass.
Hey, y'all. Rocky Bad. My baby looking bad right now. So, let me break something down to y'all. When you go to a different state and you tap in with the right people, right members, whatever you into, and you going to be safe. That's like going to LA and you check in with the Crips, the Rolling Sixties, or the Bloods. You go anywhere else. It might not be gang members, but you going to click in with some of the most influential or powerful people that the city got to offer in terms of whatever you into. Right? So we got that. We got Stunner Girl. No. We got Cuban Doll, who came to Detroit and she went through the proper channels. It's places just like everywhere else. Hey, you might run into your ops here, but everybody's safe. You don't handle that business here. Out of the respect for who business it is and who it is. Because people in high places be connected to everybody. You have ops, you got ops, y'all might be ops, but we connected because I do business in certain ways. I'm cool with you, but I have nothing to do with y'all business. So y'all not gonna bring it to my establishment. Rocky Bad brought the beef and the problems to hell of a establishment where that supposed to be Switzerland. Nobody do nothing. Everybody safe. Cuban Doll, after that attack, whatever happened that day, that night, she wanted her get back. Booked the fake show. Stunner Girl, Cuban Doll, they jumped on her, put her in a dog cage. Y'all know that whole story right there. Right? And those was the results of not respecting the people. Not Cuban Doll, but Rocky Bad didn't respect the words of the people they had checked in with. They told her. So in certain ways, when people say, why didn't Detroit stand up for her like that? Because she went against the grain. So what happened to her is because she went against the grain. Now, before what happened to Rocky Bad, which is going to get broke down and explained some more, people that told her, don't go down there. That don't seem right. That's a setup. Yo, the analytics ain't right. Ain't no reason for you to be down there. They told Lando. They didn't tell Rocky Bad, but they told Lando. Lando Bando, Hip Hop Lab. They told him. Guess who didn't listen? Because he wanted to be in the mix so bad. Put him in a blender. Let's get into this.
In front of the congregation. And you can bring that little mutt Lando with you if you want to. So somebody just made me aware that y'all did a live stream with my name in y'all mouth. It's cool. I ain't even mad. Normally I'll be cussing and fussing and hollering, but in this particular situation, I don't got to cuss or fuss or holler. So let me tell you what happened. Because the general public, the fans of hip hop in the city of Detroit are wondering if Cuban Doll and Stunner got you together in California, if they booked you to book you, why then would people from Detroit still have relationships with Stunner and Cuban after how they played you in Lando, about how they jumped on you, beat you, kidnapped you, and forced you into a dog cage, made videos of it, took pictures of it, and basically made sure the world knew what had happened to you. So here's what Detroit don't know. Detroit don't know that the reason why people from Detroit who have power and influence, specifically in the music business, the reason why they didn't react, the reason why they wasn't all mad and upset and foaming at the mouth about what happened to you, is because you jumped on. I made a mistake and said Stunner, but it wasn't Stunner who you jumped on. You jumped on Cuban here in Detroit, and Cuban was here in Detroit, tied in with motherfuckers. She had checked in with all the right people. And when you found out that she was at hell of a studio, You made your business to make your way to Hell of a Studio, and you jumped on Cuban at Hell of a Studio. You took advantage of the fact that the people who had her locked in here wasn't around when you bust your move. So that's why when those same people found out what had happened to you, it was like, okay, you bust your move on her. You knew she was here with us. You knew she was at Hell of a Studio. You took advantage of what you knew, and you got out on her. That's why they wasn't mad until you and Lando happened. That's why motherfuckers been in Stunner to this very day from Detroit, because you took advantage of knowing that Cuban was here and you bust your move on her. And I ain't even mad at you because I talked to your daddy. Your daddy told me you was hard here and you don't like to listen. What you ain't telling Detroit, right? You trying to help Lando. Lando must have gave you some money. I know you over there broke as a motherfucker. I know you over there sick and broke as a motherfucker. D-Boy ain't more, and D-Boy done got back rich again, so you over there starving. So that's why Lando probably paid you, because your first response to what came out was you went on Instagram and you read Lando the Riot Act. I'm gonna post that too, so what you said about Lando. So that's what everybody's saying. Well, damn, you came down with this at first, and then you switched up. Lando must have paid you to switch up, because the truth of the matter is as simple as this. Lando was told by 3 people. One of those people is locked up right now. 2 of those people are free. Lando was told not to take your to California. You ain't have no fan base in that portion of California. You ain't have, the analytics wasn't showing that you had no motion in this part of California. And this is the part of California where Cuban and Savage operate in. They booked you to book you. But you so green and you so inexperienced about how the music business really go. That's why niggas was so mad at Lando, because Lando should have known better, because he was your manager. He was the nigga behind you. He was the nigga acting like he knew what the f going on. He was the nigga faking like a gangster and talking loud, saying nothing. That's why niggas came down on Lando back. That's why the motherfucker was feeling sorry for you. Was feeling sorry for you because Lando left you. And what y'all ain't talking about is, you ain't telling Detroit that after you got beaten with the dog cage, that Lando left you and flew back to Detroit. Your mom and your daddy had to come see about you. They had to come see about you. You ain't telling them that a lot of family in California, where if you would have told them that you was coming, they would have made sure you was good. You ain't telling them, you leaving all that. That's cool. But Lando was told by 3 people not to take you out to California. But Lando was in such a frenzy to try to prove to Detroit and trying to prove to other he was a manager like Pootie, like he had some power influence like Glenn, or like he was laying like Certified Nick, and like he had as much power influence as a Helluva or a Chanel Dominique or somebody like that. He was such in a frenzy to prove, because he ain't had Baby Tron in. He had you. You was his mother. So Lando was told by 3 different people that I know of. And you know how I know? Because at the time that it was going down, they told me that they told Lando not to take you out to California. They told you it was suspicious. They told you the area that you had got booked in is the same area that Cuba and them operate in. And them niggas is serious. Them niggas ain't playing. Them niggas affiliated in the worst way possible. Their affiliation, the result of their affiliation was the result of what happened to you. The same thing that happened to you, it wasn't no surprise, because niggas told you don't go, because they told you that girl Cuban and Stunner is cool, and both of them chicks is street chicks in the realest motherfucking way. They told you that. They told Lando that. So when you say, well, I don't believe that Lando knew, because if he knew, there's no way he would have took me. Yes, it is. Yes, he did, baby girl. He did know. He had been warned. Now, Rocky, let's bet something, since you so rich and Lando's so rich. If Lando won't give it to you, you can go to Kirk from Crowd Freak. I got $10,000 that Lando was told not to take you out there, and it was explained to him in explicit detail why he shouldn't take you to California. He was told that that's set up. I got $10,000. Lando rich. He a millionaire, ain't he? You rich. You the top female MC in the history of Detroit, right? If you ain't got it, you can go to Kurt. Or you can go over there and holler at D-Boy, because D-Boy up. You can go holler at D-Boy. Maybe D-Boy give you the money. And if you notice, I put a minimum amount of cussing and fussing in this video because I already know Lando Kyle did the same thing he did last time and try to report this video. I already know what his police ass do. So like I said before, I want to leave you with this, Rocky Bad. I talked to your daddy. Your daddy told me how hard you is, how hard-headed you is. That's why I'm giving you some measure of respect in this video, because your daddy reached out to me and gave me the full game. Your daddy is the one who told me that Lando left your ass and came back to Detroit. And your mom and your daddy had to fly out there to make sure you was good until you were able to fly back to Detroit. You recovered enough from your mother to fly back from Detroit. Now, when it comes to academics, ain't neither one of y'all ever talked to academics. So let me tell you what happened. I didn't bring you up during the last stream. Academics brought you up during the All-Star JR conversation because motherfuckers him, because the whole measure was, well, if Detroit is on that everybody versus Detroit, why they ain't get back when you got California? I defended you. I defended Lando. But Lando was embarrassed because Lando was never going to get back for what happened to y'all out there. Don't forget, baby girl, he been going to California for how long with Baby Tron, rolling loud out there? Lando ain't telling you that he didn't see people connected to the people who didn't up out there, and he ain't did shit his millionaire ass. He ain't telling you that. He going to California and rolling loud. Everybody out there who got y'all together know he managed Baby Tron. You telling me that he ain't seen none of them niggas? He have seen some of the same niggas that got y'all ass together in that room. That's another lie or another purposeful extraction that y'all don't want to tell Detroit. Trying to avoid that. You ain't seen him, but Lando didn't seen him. He ain't did. What Lando wanted, baby girl, was he wanted to under the rug because when 7, 8, 9 years ago, Lando saying he a millionaire and ain't been no get back yet. Lando wasn't gonna do shit because Baby Tron is booked in California more than he's booked anywhere else. So you think Lando was gonna risk activating on that he got to go back out there with Baby Tron? He wasn't gonna activate on him. It's been how long? It's been damn near a decade. When was the get back supposed to happen?
If y'all was listening close, Rocky Bad was moving to one beat until the tune changed. I guess the tune was a couple dollars because Lando Bando came and must have dropped a little bag on her to change the way she feel. Or told her, hey, you could feel that way, but we got to clear this up on air. I got a couple dollars for you, for her to go ahead and say what he wanted her to say, because ain't no way you go from saying and feeling like this to now you doing a live stream and you don't feel that way no more. Or you forget that nigga took you down there. Not only that, he left you down there after you healing up, you injured. Your mama and your daddy had to come down there and sit with you till you get right. That nigga wasn't supposed to leave you down there. You didn't speak on that though. Oh, he must have said, I got a couple dollars. You leave that out? We leave that out? I got a couple more dollars for you? Come on now. That was one of the most traumatic things you done been through in your life. And To tell your story and to tell it right, that's what you get paid for. To tell your real feelings towards whoever and whatever really happened. Man, don't compromise what really is and how you really feel about that situation, because you could not be here to even tell a story at all. So you shouldn't put a dollar sign on your real story to alter it or not tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll be back with another one.